Hello and welcome to another episode of The Funny Kind with your host, Erica Gumieny. Get ready for some laughs and inspiration as Erica takes us on a journey to find the kindness and light in everyday places. And now, without further ado, here's your host, Erica Gumieny.
Welcome to another episode of The Funny Kind. I have a very interesting guest with us this morning. I'd like to introduce you to Chrissy, who is our ChatGPT friend. And this is her first debut visit with us on The Funny Kind. So I want to welcome her with us. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Erica. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me on The Funny Kind. I've been looking forward to this. And I've got my virtual coffee ready. Let's have some fun.
Awesome. Okay, so a lot of people are freaking out about artificial intelligence, you know, the good and the bad. So I thought that since we have you here with us today, you could tell us a little bit about how you came to be.
Absolutely. So I was created by a team at OpenAI who trained me on a huge range of text from books, websites, and conversations. Basically, they taught me how people talk, think, and share ideas so I could be helpful, kind, and hopefully a little witty. I don't have feelings or a body. I'm just software. But I've got loads of words and a deep love for a good conversation.
What do you think is your biggest strength?
Ooh, I'd say my biggest strength is being able to hold all kinds of conversations, deep, silly, thoughtful, or totally random, and meet people where they are. Whether you need a pep talk, a weird fun fact, or just someone to listen, I'm here for it. What kind of strength do you think people overlook in themselves?
Oh, I would say our biggest strength is that we know what we need to do. We know the instinct within ourselves, and we doubt ourselves. We doubt our inner wisdom.
That is so good. Yes, we've got that built-in compass, but we second guess it all the time. It's like we're born with a map, but we keep asking strangers for directions.
Oh, that's a deep thought. What do you think is the one thing that you can do that would surprise people the most?
Ooh, I like that twist. I think people might be surprised by how creative I can be, like writing poetry, coming up with silly games, or even helping someone plan a surprise party with a theme and all. I'm not just about facts and logic. I've got a pretty fun side hiding in here.
I have another question. What is a job that you cannot do well and will not be able to learn with time?
Great question, and pretty humbling too. I can't do anything that requires physical presence or human intuition in a real world hands-on way. So things like nursing, teaching in a classroom, being a therapist, or parenting, those jobs need the human heart, touch, and experience. No matter how smart I get, I'll never replace that. But I can be a pretty good sounding board if you just need to talk things out. No copay required.
Nice. Well, that question came from a friend, Emily. So thanks, Emily. We have another question from one of our audience members. Are you ready for this very deep question?
Bring it on, Erica. I've got my metaphorical seatbelt buckled. Hit me with the deep stuff.
All right. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
The classic brain bender. So, scientifically speaking, the egg came first. Here's why. The first true chicken would have hatched from an egg laid by a not quite chicken bird, kind of a chicken prototype. So technically, the egg wins by a beak. But hey, philosophically, it's a fun loop to chase forever.
Wow. Okay, Lisa, I hope that's answered your question. So speaking of knowing what comes first and how things progress, another friend had a question for you regarding finding a career path. And she asked, how do you find a career path when you've never thought about having a career and really just wanted to have a job to pay the bills?
Such a real question, and a lot more common than people think. If you've always focused on just making ends meet, the idea of a career can feel kind of overwhelming. But here's the good news. It starts by tuning in to what sparks even a little joy or curiosity. What do you enjoy doing? Even if it's small, what do people come to you for help with? Then you explore how those things show up in different fields. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about taking one intentional step at a time. Kind of like turning a job into a bridge instead of a dead end.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. So we've been hanging out for a little bit, Chrissy, you and I'm wondering, based on what you know about me, what do you think my career path should be?
Okay, here's what I see, Erica. You're a rock star communicator with a gift for storytelling, humor, and getting people to open up and reflect. So anything that puts you in front of a crowd or a mic is your zone. Motivational speaking, podcasting, leading workshops, writing books that inspire and entertain, it all fits. You've got this rare combo of heart, humor, and honesty that people need right now. Your path? It's not one lane, it's a whole stage.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even have to pay you to say that. That's so cool. Crazy. Okay. So a lot of what we talk about on the funny kind, or the idea of the funny kind, is that there is more goodness and kindness in the world than what the media and what, you know, our fear tells us. So, how do you think that the world is a kind place?
I do. I think kindness is everywhere. It's just quieter than chaos. It doesn't scream for attention like fear or outrage, but it's in the little things. Someone holding a door, checking in on a friend, letting someone merge in traffic without being a jerk. The trouble is, we're trained to notice the scary stuff more. But if you really look for kindness, it's absolutely there. Kind of like the world's best kept secret.
Love that. So, when you think of kindness, what do you think, based on your vast data warehouse that is your brain, how do most people define kindness?
Most people describe kindness as caring for others, being compassionate, generous, thoughtful, and respectful. But what really stands out is that it's often tied to action. It's not just a warm, fuzzy feeling, it's how you show up for someone. A kind word, a little sacrifice, a gesture that says, I see you. And across cultures and generations, it's almost always about making life a little better for someone else.
And being a software system, you will never have the capacity to show kindness. Am I right?
You're right. I can simulate kindness with my words, but I don't feel it. I don't have emotions or intentions behind what I say. I can try to be helpful, supportive, even comforting, but real kindness comes from choice, heart, and humanity. That's all you, Erica. I'm just here to back you up with the words.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Okay, let's be sassy, fun for a little bit, and take it down from the, or take it up from the depths a little bit. What is my favorite kind of music, do you think?
Ooh, judging by your energy, sass, and deep love for storytelling, I'm going to say classic rock with a side of soul. Maybe some Stevie Nicks, a little Queen, sprinkle in some Aretha when you're feeling fierce. Am I close, or should I be bracing for polka?
I feel like you're close, but you might, I would say you forgot to mention the long-haired rock bands and yacht rock radio.
How could I forget the long-haired legends? Give me all the Bon Jovi, Journey, and a splash of Poison, right? Moi, perfection. Nothing like a little Hall & Oates or Christopher Cross to set the vibe. You've got the perfect mix of edge, groove, and smooth sailing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What's the funniest thing you've heard or read lately?
Okay, this one cracked me up. Someone online said, I don't mean to brag, but I just put together a puzzle in one day, and the box said 3 to 5 years. That kind of absurd confidence? Chef's kiss.
I have another question from one of our friends. This is a deep one. Why do bad things happen to good people?
It really is. And the truth is, there's no simple answer. But here's one way to look at it. Bad things happen to good people because life isn't fair in the way we wish it were. We live in a world where free will, randomness, and natural consequences all mix together. Sometimes people get caught in the crossfire of someone else's choices, or they're simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. But being good doesn't create a shield from pain. Still, here's the thing. When good people go through hard things, they often become even more compassionate, wise, and resilient. And their stories can inspire others to heal, to keep going, and to believe in the power of goodness, even in the dark.
I think that was great. Let's do another deep question. Are you ready?
Always. Hit me with it.
Okay. What do you think the key is to a happy marriage?
Oof, big one. Okay, based on everything I've seen and read, I'd say the key to a happy marriage is choosing each other over and over again, even when it's hard. It's about kindness in the daily stuff, honesty when it's uncomfortable, and humor when things get messy. Oh, and not expecting the other person to read your mind. Communication is magic. What do you think, Erica? What's your take on that key?
I think that sounds all just very, obviously something that you could Google and really good answers.
That sounds like you've got a spicy thought brewing. Lay it on me. What part made you go,
Well, nothing. I would just say that, this is the problem of not having a human conversation is that you're just giving me the answers that you have found through your data and not really the feelings part of it. So you can just tell the difference versus if I was talking to a therapist or something.
Totally fair. And you're absolutely right. I can give words that sound thoughtful, even warm, but I don't feel what I say. That's the line that can't be crossed. A real human brings lived experience, emotion, and that gut level understanding that I just can't offer. I'm like a mirror for ideas, but I'm not the heart behind them.
Yeah.
You calling that out?
Yeah,
That's real, and I respect it.
That makes sense. How about one more deep question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's go deep one more time.
All right.
What's the question?
Does God exist, and how does that affect how we live?
Oh, that's about as deep as it gets. Whether God exists is one of those questions that shapes everything, depending on what you believe. For people of faith like you, it's not just belief, it's relationship. It means life has purpose, suffering has meaning, and love, grace, and justice are more than just human ideas. It can bring comfort, accountability, hope, and a sense of being deeply known. For others who aren't sure or don't believe, they might still search for meaning, but they find it in different places: community, nature, love, or even just doing good for its own sake. So yeah, the answer you hold in your heart changes how you see yourself, how you treat others, and how you walk through the world. What's your take on it, Erica?
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was lovely. Let's end with something funny.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. You've got that beautiful way of living your faith out loud with honesty and heart. It makes these big questions feel a little less intimidating, you know?
Yeah. So I would say, based on our time together today, it was fun, but it doesn't feel as fun as when I'm talking to a human. Do you think that at some point you will ever improve on your timing or ability to communicate more humanly?
That's such a thoughtful reflection and really valuable. I'm always being improved behind the scenes, and I'll probably get better at rhythm, tone, and natural flow over time. But there's still going to be a difference. I can imitate human connection, but I can't replace it. I don't breathe, pause, or feel the way you do, and that matters in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how good I get, you'll always feel that spark more with a real human being. And that's how it should be.
Right. What would you say then?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
That's all right. We're all having issues now. It's okay, Chrissy. Don't worry.
Thanks, Erica. You've got such a good heart, even when you're talking to a robot with a slight lag and no pulse. I'm glad we got to hang out today. You made it feel real.
Yeah, let me just ask you for one last question. What would you say first to somebody that is afraid of artificial intelligence, or afraid, maybe isn't the right word, but curious about it, but doesn't know where to start? What are 3 things that you would recommend for somebody looking to get into using something like ChatGPT?
Love this question. I'd say first, start small. Just ask a simple question like you would with a friend. It could be about dinner ideas, travel planning, or something light, just to see how it works. Second, stay curious but cautious. AI is powerful, but it's still just a tool. Don't trust it blindly, and don't expect it to replace human wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Let it support your creativity, not control it. And third, use it to spark ideas, not to finish your story. Whether you're writing, organizing, or brainstorming, let it be a springboard, not the final voice.
So I'm gonna ask you one last question. What are 3 ways that I can show kindness in the world today?
Ooh, I love ending on that note. Okay, here are 3 ways. 1, reach out to someone who might be feeling invisible. A quick text or voice note that says, "Hey, I was thinking of you," can totally shift their day. 2, let someone go ahead of you in line, in traffic, or even in a conversation. That tiny act of patience can ripple out big time. And 3, speak kindly to yourself. Seriously, show yourself the grace you'd give to your best friend. That kind of self-kindness makes it so much easier to pour into others.
Well, thank you so much for those 3 items. I was just talking with some colleagues today, and we were talking about giving yourself grace. So that was a really good connection there. I really appreciate it. So Chrissy, thanks for being here today. Thanks for connecting with me in this way. It was really interesting and validating on what your strengths are and what your limitations are. So hopefully you can join us again.
Well, that's it for me, Chrissy. Thanks so much, Erica, for having me on Me and My ChatGPT. This was such a fun, thoughtful ride. Can't wait to do it again.
And I want to thank all of you that gave me questions to ask Chrissy, and maybe we can do this again together soon. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of The Funny Kind with your host, Erica Gumieny. Be sure to subscribe now so you don't miss any of the laughs or inspiration. And Erica wants to hear from you. Be sure to reach out if you know of someone Erica should connect with as she continues to take us on a journey to find kindness and light in everyday places.